We'll start with Manchester United because they got Benjamin Sesko sorted. What might that mean for the future of Rasmus Højlund?
Really interesting one, this, Rob. Yeah, this morning we found out that AC Milan are in talks with Manchester United over a potential loan signing for Rasmus Højlund. Now, Milan want to do a loan deal with an option to buy. United's preference is to do a permanent deal, or at least have a permanent deal in this potential loan that he's joining the likes of Jadon Sancho and Anthony Garnacho, Tiro Malacia on players United probably want to move on.
The big focus for United this summer has clearly been forward players, but are they targeting a midfielder as well?
Yeah, look, I think United have done very well so far in their recruitment. The forwards they've got in, the three forwards, Cunha and Mbeumo and Sesko, but they do need a midfielder, and the player we know they like is Carlos Baleba from Brighton. But the message from Brighton is, we do not need to sell. He's got a deal that runs until 2028. And also a Brighton club-held option allowing him to extend a further stay for a further 12 months. Now, Brighton recruitment-wise have been brilliant, haven't they, over the years? And we know they don't let their players go on cheap. Moise Caicedo to Chelsea for 115 million in 2023. We know United are looking to sell players as well. So at the moment, that looks a very difficult deal to do. But United fans very happy so far. And also, obviously, there's Donnarumma. They like him as well at PSG, so they're not done yet. But obviously 22 days to go. I'm sure they're looking to bring a couple more in.
Excuse me, the one person you sort of start to feel a little bit sorry for in this window is Eddie Howe, who is asked day after day what is going on with Alexander Isak. What's the latest he said?
Yeah, the double-header of pre-season matches at St James's Park this weekend. Do you know what? Eddie Howe, it's always good to...
Yeah, you can sense the frustration is growing, and it has been frustrating trying to get players in, but there is at least a defender on the horizon.
Yeah, this is good news for Newcastle, because this is a very...
Be positive about Benjamin Sesko coming in. They still do need to make these sales before the end of the transfer window. That said, you mentioned close to £200 million being spent in this transfer window if and when Sesko's deal is confirmed. But are they stopping there?
Well, I don't think they will. I mean, I think the key for Manchester United is getting those players out, the ones you've mentioned. I think Marcus Rashford to Barcelona is a great move for him. It's wages as well. It's not just necessarily transfer fee, it's big wages they're on. What else do Manchester United do? When I look at Manchester United, I think, brilliant. That new forward line, great. But then I look at the midfield. Needs a bit of a revamp. And obviously there's talk of interest in Carlos Baleba in the midfield from Brighton. We know, as you've mentioned, interest in Donnarumma from PSG. We'll wait and see if that happens. I think that would be an upgrade on Onana. I'm sure that would be as well. So they still need to do business, Manchester United. However, you look at so many clubs and you think, are we ready for the start of the Premier League season? You'd say probably 18, 19 will say no. But are you ready for day one? They'll say, let's give it a go.
You say, let's give it a go. You talk about Baleba. I mean, there's one thing being interested in Carlos Baleba, but Brighton are fantastic sellers and they do not want to sell. They insist he's not for sale. He's still got 3 years left on his contract. He's got the option of a further year. Brighton are under no pressure at all to sell Carlos Baleba. But it is clear that Manchester United are not done in this transfer window. We'll be talking about United a little bit later on in the show, I'm sure. But another big story that is emerging this evening is concerning Chelsea. We've been speaking about Chelsea's pursuit of Alejandro Garnacho. They are looking to make a number of sales in this transfer window as well. Now, the man behind us here, Nicholas Jackson, lots of talk about Nicholas Jackson in this transfer window. He has now
just won the World Club Cup and they'll value him highly. So, yeah, I think that will go on for quite a bit of time, Nicholas Jackson, because he's got interest, as you've said.
Yeah, the game time's limited, isn't it? Because of the signings that they've made in this window.
Yeah, but, you know, is João Pedro an out-and-out striker? How long will it take Liam Delap? Do you expect Liam Delap to play Saturday, Tuesday in the Champions League, Sunday, Wednesday? I think he'll still play at Chelsea, but does he have that feeling now, like, I don't feel like a... We know what strikers are like. They all like to feel like the number one, and he probably feels like a number 3 at the moment.
That's a really good point. So Chelsea, as well as these players who they're trying to bring in,